always looking for different ways of making my videos look at least a little bit nicer whenever I can, and before I used to light the scene with 3 softbox lights, one from the top which is actually behind me, and I think that it's lighting the background pretty well. It's also giving me a little bit of a headlight, and there were going to be 2 on the sides, filling up both sides of my face with usually a cooler light. This lighting setup worked fine, but I wanted to spice things up a little bit, and I think that this is actually the upgrade I needed. With that said, introducing the Emart 18-inch ring light, the upgrade I needed, and well, let's dive in. The unboxing is actually pretty cool here. This package came inside of a cardboard box, and the tripod itself came packaged in its own box. But anyway, inside of this carrying bag for the ring light is, well, the ring light itself. Inside you'll find a box that holds instructions and other accessories for mounting, and there's actually going to be a phone mount, for example, a cold shoe mount, and even a Bluetooth controller, one for the ring light itself and another one just for controlling your smartphone, which I think it's actually pretty cool. So you can control it by just pressing the button and it would play and pause, and it came loaded with everything I would need and even more, so I can't complain at all here. It's a pretty cool unboxing. Design consists of plastic, lightweight plastic for that matter. This is an 18-inch ring light, which means it's pretty large. You'll have 2 knobs around the cold shear mount to manually adjust the brightness and the color temperature on the fly. On the back, you'll also find some battery slots in case you want to use this completely untethered from any outlets, and you are also going to find the display for checking the color temperature, and that is going to be right around the back, and it gives you pretty detailed description of just that, which is very nicely appreciated, in case somebody is actually trying to monitor the temperature of the light from behind while they're recording you. And the included stand is actually pretty strong and can get quite tall, and strong enough to hold my Sony a6400 and the ring light itself, which is honestly quite impressive considering that a lot of stands can't really hold a camera usually of this magnitude, especially considering everything I have attached to it. Like, I actually have a teleprompter attached to it, and it's even holding my phone, so it's holding quite a bit, and it's still holding up just fine, so that is very nice. I can tilt it, extend it, and pretty much articulate it in any way I please, which is really cool. Options are always something I appreciate. And as for lighting features, you got yourself a variety of color temperatures to choose from, and they can be adjusted pretty much on the fly. There's even this included remote for changing the color temperature from your seat, which is pretty handy. It definitely comes in handy for even just turning the light off, changing the brightness, changing the color temperature. It's just super useful to have around. However, I like to keep it at the coolest setting personally, just considering how bright it gets, and I actually keep it at the dimmest setting too. While there is quite a big range of brightness and dimness, just however that you can adjust it, it stays mostly on the bright side and there aren't too many dim settings, which I will address a little bit later. However, I've been enjoying the results I've gotten from this ring light, and I appreciate that circular highlight that I end up getting around my eyes, and the emphasis just on brightening up everything that is on the center, which in this case it's myself. It means that the background can stay as dim as I'd like it to be, which right now it is pretty decently lit, but not too bright, and I can keep my face just as lit as I would like, which is something I really appreciate, just having that kind of control that wasn't necessarily available with the soft boxes I had. Now, there are some things I'd like to see improved in the future, like for instance, while I appreciate that the ring light gets as bright as it does, I'd like to see dimmer settings as well, since even the dimmest setting is still pretty bright. The build itself for the ring light is not exactly exceptional, but that's okay. Just wish it had stronger materials, maybe for a slightly more expensive model or even a larger model, which is something I would really love to test out in the future if that ever comes out, for sure. However, it's still great. And well, that's pretty much it. This is going to be the go-to method of shooting the talking head portions of my videos for some time until I decide to switch things up again. However, I'm quite happy with what Emart is offering at this time, and I'm happy to offer some variety to you all as well. And if you're considering getting this ring light, then I can strongly recommend it, especially if you're on a budget. And even if you're on the lower budget than the $80 price tag that you would see on this ring light, I would still save up for something like this because it really does make a difference to your videos, and in my opinion, the larger the ring light, the better for lighting and just getting those highlights that you might want. That said, highly recommended. And if you're interested in purchasing this ring light, then I will be making sure to leave affiliate links to Amazon down in the description. And if you end up using any of my links to make a purchase, then I do get a small commission that does help me run things just a little bit more smoothly around here, but all of it does help in the long run. So with that said, if you were to use those, I would very much appreciate that. And if you like me enough, then do make sure to follow me on Twitch for my weekend streams, usually on Fridays and Saturdays. Do make sure to follow me on Twitter and also on Instagram for the latest news on, well, the Tech Summit lifestyle. With that said, this has been Francisco from Tech Summit. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you all later. Enjoy.